Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you exactly how much money I made off of my Etsy shop in January of 2025. As some of you might know if you've come from my TikTok, I started my Etsy shop in 2023. I believe I started it in December of 2023, so it didn't really get going until last year in 2024. I was doing really good for the first probably 5 or 6 months, and then I didn't touch it for about 6 months or so, and my Etsy shop went down the drain. If you don't work on your Etsy shop, you're not going to make any sales. So I'm basically starting from scratch this January in 2025, which is why I wanted to show you a realistic number that you might be able to make in your first month on Etsy selling digital products. So I am just going to screen share with you. Okay, so you'll see my screen here. Today, February 1st, the day that I'm filming this. But we're going to go and we're going to do custom. And then we're going to go January 1st, January 31st, and hit apply. So here you'll see that my revenue was $195.72. I had 724 store visits, 22 orders, and a 3% conversion rate. So you can see here that my visits decreased by 62% compared to the same period last year. Like I mentioned, I was really active on Etsy in January of 2024, so that's why this year it's a 62% decrease in my store views for this month. We can compare it to the previous year and you can literally see the difference. I wonder what my revenue decreased 78% compared to the same period last year when I was actually just crushing it on Etsy. But that's just to show you exactly what I made my first month coming back to digital products on Etsy in 2025. So I made $195. Not a lot, but it is extra cash. So what did I do in January to make my shop come back to life? I think in December, if I go to custom. Okay, so I'm going to go to my December 1st to, no, not January, to December 31st. So instead of the 700 and something visits, I only had 173 visits. And I still made like decent money in December. That just goes to show that digital products and Etsy can be passive income, because I can guarantee you, I did not touch my Etsy shop in December of 2024. I did not touch it. Let's go to November, just because now I'm curious, because I actually haven't done this. November 30th. November, see, I still made $47 in November, and like I wasn't touching it. But what did I do in January of 2025 to get my Etsy shop from 160 views to 724 views within a month? Mind you, I only started to work on it probably halfway through January. I think I started documenting it on my TikTok around January 11th or so. So my first goal was to get rid of any listings that were dated 2023 or 2024, because we've outgrown those. As I said, I do sell digital products, so I had like a planner that was 2023, which was on my shop for no apparent reason. I had bundles with that. So I deactivated all of those listings because they're no longer going to bring me any sales, because who's going to buy a 2023 planner in 2025? Next was all of the listings I had, I revamped them. So I updated their titles, I went and updated some of their tags, and then I also updated at least the cover photo, because I knew they were kind of all out of date. You need to be continually updating your Etsy listing photos to stay top of mind, top of shop in the Etsy search. So I did that, and then I had the goal to have 50 listings in my shop by the end of January. So we've hit that. I added another one today. So we're currently at 51 listings. I would love to say I'm going to get it to 100 by the end of February, but that's not going to be realistic, I don't think. I would like to add at least 5 per week. So if we're doing the math, we'll get it to 70 listings by the end of February. There's so many things that I did. There's so many things that I want to do with my shop. So I wanted to give you a realistic approach on what to expect when you start selling digital products, because a lot of people come on here and they say you're going to make thousands of dollars in your first month or your first week, and that is just not the case. That's not what's gonna happen. Like, it could, and good for you if it does, but for most people, especially if you don't have a social media following and you're not doing it on social media, you're not gonna make that much money in your first month. But what you do have to do is stay consistent. I promise I'm going to start posting more on my YouTube channel. I wanna go more into depth and do video tutorials on how I create my listings, how I figure out my SEO, my keywords, my tags, my product descriptions, everything like that, but that's for another video. So make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're interested in that. And I would love to hear your comments down below if you have started an Etsy store and you have a little bit of frustration with it, or what are your difficulties with Etsy. I hope to see you back here. My next video hopefully will be next week. Bye.